Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video, and welcome to a game that I've never ever played before. Yes, believe it or not, BeamNG, it's one of the most popular kind of sim racing games. It's just probably the best sandbox to go and crash cars inside all of sim racing. But I genuinely have never made a video on this game before. I literally picked it up yesterday because, you know, this being the Rally channel, they brought a Rally expansion to it, which still at the moment, admittedly, is rather a big kind of work in progress. But I thought, this is a Rally channel. Not many games have rallying, so when a new game decides to bring some rally action, we've got to give it a go. Obviously, when you fire up the game, it's just a free update currently. It's under extremely early preview and still under heavy development. It doesn't reflect our final vision. Early feedback is welcome, according to them, to the developers as well. And mod stages, settings, and progress on this version may not be compatible with future updates, but yeah, I thought today, why not give it a go? Why not see what it's like on camera? Now, I'm going to preface this. I did one practice run to try and make sure like my wheel and everything was working. It's very, very different to anything that I've ever driven before. So, I mean, I'm not particularly great anyway on some of the other rally events that we've done before. But as you can see, there's currently 8 available inside the game. I don't believe BeamNG, kind of, apart from mods, has any real officially licensed cars as far as I'm aware. So, I think today we're going to take on Special Stage Facility Road. Starting from the airport service road, you'll begin on a short stretch of gravel before transitioning onto a primary asphalt route across the apron. From there, the path leads onto the automation test track, where you'll face the bulk of its challenges. Be prepared for 2 or more brief sections of gravel along the way. Stay alert and keep your skills sharp. Get yourself subscribed if this is something you'd like to see more of on the channel. I apologise there haven't been many videos recently. I've been getting very, very busy with a lot of other work. But yeah, let's do this then. BeamNG rallying. This is going to be chaos. Well, here we are then in Special Stage Facility Road. The target time is a 4:35 35. So this is, I'd say, the other one I practiced on. I think the target time was like 1.5 minutes, and even that, in my couple of practice runs, I got nowhere near. So this is going to be a big old test. Now, I believe I want it to press Q, because now my gearbox is set to realistic. Oh, and I've accidentally immediately put it into second. Now, if you don't know, BeamNG is basically a crash damage simulator, so combining that with Rally is always going to be a really, really kind of interesting dynamic. The physics are weird. I don't know whether it's partly to do with my steering wheel settings or what. Like I said, I haven't really refined it very well. Where on earth are we just going around a hairpin right there? Apparently we are. But basically, I think most of the stages inside this game are just going to be about surviving more than trying to do good times or anything like that, because obviously EA WRC, we've spoke about it before, it's quite forgiving in terms of its damage model. So BeamNG, the handling might be a lot worse, but the damage model is a lot better. And I mean, it's so easy to kind of snag your brakes and things like that as well. I mean, you've already seen that a couple of times, locking up a front brake here and there, and then immediately going straight on into one of those little posts as well. But I've got to say though, like I said, this is kind of my first ever experience of BeamNG. It's quite surprising. I mean, I've seen footage of it on YouTube and things like that, but kind of the pace notes work very well for the most part. They feel pretty kind of realistic. You know, like I said, I know it's only kind of a first work in progress and they haven't thrown many stages in, but they work quite well. I don't know whether there's a cockpit camera as well. I haven't really kind of looked through a lot of the other options, but I thought for this one could be quite fun to try and use third-person cam as well, as well, it is quite a quick corner. But not when I lock the fronts again. And then the big thing I've noticed is turbo lag. You've got to make sure these cars are in the right gear, or at least this one. It's really got to be in the right gear, otherwise you just get no power through it. There's those curves as well. Brutal. Can you get a bit of a slide on there? You can get a bit of a slide out of the car as well. I need to probably map my handbrake, don't I? As that was properly chucked in. Oh, that is brilliant. But like I said, obviously, if you've already got BeamNG, you know, this is a free update. I mean, you can pick up the game. It goes on sale, I believe, half price quite often, so give it a whirl. I think it's just kind of one of those ones. If you're on PC, it should be in every PC player's kind of library, just to give a go every once in a while. And you know, I think they're doing some fantastic work with it. And I hope this kind of becomes, you know, a bigger part of the game as well. So I can't see them ever adding like a clubs feature where you can set up rallies for your friends and things like that. But you never know. If it was popular, that could be something they could try and do in the future. And like I said, the world as well is... I don't know what I was expecting from the graphics on this game, but I certainly wasn't expecting them to kind of feel this good. Whether you guys kind of feel they're good or not, I think is down to personal preference as well there. But considering, yeah, this is a kind of a very early build. Whoa! Ow! That's not good. Oh no, I've caved in the steering. No! Oh no, we've done big damage to the steering there. Oh, ow! You gotta be more careful than that. I don't know why. Is my car sponsored by Baguette? Apparently it is. Front left half shaft broken, induction system damage. That I don't think sounds good. I got no idea how far into the stage we made. But I kind of really wanted to finish this one. And I don't think I'm going to get that chance. That should give you an idea. On EA WRC, even on hardcore damage model, you'd pick up a bit of damage, but you get away with that one. Not in Beam. This time around then, I've selected Orchard Hill, I believe, as our next stage to give a whirl on. This one is ranked as easy. And I still didn't actually see what the split times were, but we're in a different car this time as well then. So that should hopefully be a little bit of another fun challenge then. But like I said, this is... Especially, I think, you know, with the modding capabilities as well, is going to be really, really good fun kind of long term. And like I said, if you guys want to see more of this, then I'd definitely love to give it more of a go. Kind of this, you know, Richard Burns Rally as well as the other one that I need to give more time on as well. I'm just waiting for the 2025 Sim Rally Masters events to kick off. Although I probably am throwing myself far too in the deep end in that game. I need to give myself kind of some other stuff as well. But... you know, the mixture of... Whoa! First of all, that's the big thing I've noticed. Cars will just break free immediately on you inside this game. I feel like I'm starting to get more used to kind of the... It feels quite a floaty handling model, although I must admit this car feels a lot better. Oh! It's when you get so close to having a big accident that you kind of really do feel like you've escaped death. But, yeah, I feel like... The floaty handling model is definitely kind of there, but I think people that play BeamNG, you kind of get used to that quite quickly. It's also the grip kind of on tarmac versus on like gravel or any other loose surface. You definitely notice it immediately, even if you just get like one wheel out there. Of course, on EA WRC, just immediately like the car just spins out on you, which is annoying. But on this game, it seems to work fairly well. Like I said, it's just the fact the tyres have got proper give in them, which it feels far more progressive. EAWRC kind of feels either fine or dead. Are we going to finish the stage? Come on, what? Are we going to get a medal? Ugh. Proceed to stop at control. You've even got that in there. You have to get down to the finish line. That's so cool. And then get to the marshal's post and everything. Absolutely fantastic. So we'll try and stop there then. It just works. That was seamless. Fantastic. 1 minute 45.7. I believe we didn't get a medal. That's a bit of a shame. Let's try another one. I want to try and get a medal somewhere, but I just fancy giving different stages a whirl. Well, final one then of the video. We're gonna head on to the, I believe it's special stage Rockwood, which is the hardest one. So we'll wait and see how this goes. So make sure I press my Q. Annoyingly, you've got to press that every single time. I don't know if there's a way to override it within the settings or what, but yeah, this one I think is a very big stage, and this car is unforgiving immediately. Come on. Oh, I'm in second gear. That won't help. Gotta definitely give it a boot full of clutch there to get it back on the road. What is wrong with this car? It just immediately breaks free on you. This might be a challenge too far for my lack of BeamNG skill right now. I know some of you come here for some super serious sim racing, but I can't help but want to throw rally cars around like that. Alright, come on, let's just try and gather this thing up. I don't know if I've already whacked out the steering or something. Oh, where does this go? It sounds good as well. That's the other thing with these cars. They sound brilliant. You get all the pops and bangs and everything else. As you know, rally cars are meant to as well at the end of the day. And so you can get a little bit of a slide on, but this thing might be rear-wheel drive. It feels very, very slippery at the rear end, and you definitely notice as well, there feels to be quite a big difference between, obviously if you're on like asphalt tyres on asphalt, then it's fine, like on that last stage. Going on off-road tyres, even on the asphalt sections or road sections, feels very, very scary as well here. But of course the great thing is, all of these maps are also free roamable, which is something I would love to see in EA WRC. Just the ability to free roam on the rally stages, and on here you can just do it if you want to. Like, I got to the end of that last stage. It's admittedly the first one I've survived, but I had the option of restarting or just carrying on from where I was and just continuing on my merry way, which I think is fantastic. Immediately, I've been playing this game for less than an hour, and immediately I'm wondering why on earth I haven't played it beforehand. Because it is really, really good fun. Maybe more BeamNG content will come on the way. Oh no, I've got it stuck in a tree. Give it a boot full of revs again. I mean, like I said, these stages at the moment are just about survival. You know, you're not trying to get the maximum out of the car, you're trying to get to the finish. Which, that's kind of what rally is all about at the end of the day, it feels like most of the time. I don't even know whether there's like an option to reset the car and stuff, or anything like that, but if we get to the end of this stage, I will be, very, very happy indeed. Avoid the rocks, thank you. It's just as well, obviously, as soon as you get the turbo spooled, it feels like an old Group B car. You almost enable warp drive instantly. The only thing is I didn't check how long this stage was, which is making me slightly nervous. But it's very rugged and kind of very, very unforgiving at the moment. But I feel like I'm getting there with a handling model. I'm still doing a lot of fishtailing, but I feel like I'm kind of starting to appreciate it. You just basically, the big thing is you can't steer and full throttle at the same time. Otherwise, it's just going to fishtail on you. Or, you know, get it slightly out of line or anything. It just is always looking for an excuse to basically try and do as much damage as it possibly can. Like that. Come on, land on four wheels, thank you. There you go. Cheeky barrel roll. We've lost the rear window. I mean, that level of immersion you would only ever get in BeamNG. No, come on. Just go cut through there. And you guys know me as well. I'm like Colin McRae, but without any of the skill. I will always go maximum attack. Actually feels worse, I think, on tarmac. It's definitely just kind of the steering, kind of when you're trying to go around the hairpins. That's the bit I still struggle with. But then again, you kind of get the same thing on EA WRC. It's quite difficult for some reason to games to kind of simulate that. So this is high speed. That was risky. we got away with it that time, but it was lucky that was over a straight line, which again, if I wasn't spending so much time just trying to keep the car pointing in the right directions, I'd probably listen to the pace notes more, maybe? Kind of? Who knows? You guys always moan at me for not listening to pace notes either, but I mean, just that view over the ocean as well. It's like being on Rally Sardinia on EA WRC. And there we go! Is that the finish? Are we actually going to survive this one? We're definitely not getting a medal, but foot to the floor. Ow!
Very nice. Now to stop control.
Oh, that's a sad sight. That's a really sad sight. I got to the end. I wasn't expecting that camera, or the timing loop, whatever it was, to completely destroy the car. Deary, deary me. We were only 52 seconds off a bronze medal time as well. I have no idea how someone is going to find another minute 20 on that stage. But then again, I guess if you know how BeamNG works and you've got an ounce of skill within your body, you might stand a good chance. Thank you all so much for watching, though. Like I said, this is just a bit of a fun little video. I think I'll definitely have to come back to this, though, in the near future and try to get some medals. Like I said, obviously, it is just a big work in progress at the moment, but if you have BeamNG, give it a go. Let me know your thoughts and feelings. Get yourself subscribed as well. And yeah, we'll be back very soon with more rally content.